Hey guys! It's a face reveal, so I feel weird. Hi, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel, Priceless Freedom, where I'm capturing my family's financial journey through budgeting and other financial means to financial liberation. Please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, commenting your thoughts down below, and sharing this video with family and friends. I really appreciate it. And all of these options are free, so no cost to you. And yeah, let's get into the video. So for today's video, I will be going over an October recap, our goals for November, and then some new things I want to introduce into our budgeting method. But before I get started, I do want a disclosure that on this channel, I will be primarily budgeting my mother's income and my own, as we are the two breadwinners in our family. And so if you hear me saying we or our, I am referring to myself and my mother. And a quick intro, because some of you may or may not know me, but as I said, my name is Sarah. I am currently 21 years old and a fourth year in university. And my mother and I both work as caregivers in group homes. Cool. Okay, let's get into the recap. So before I actually get into the recap, I do want to just explain a bit. So we are currently in the process of trying to buy our own home through a house buying program, and through that organization they require us to fill out a monthly budget form. I did a video, I think that was my last video I did, about how I plug in our numbers at the end of the month to fill out that form for that program. So we have that form, but then we're also doing like in cash stuffing inspired type of budgeting per paycheck. So it clashes because our paychecks aren't necessarily from like the first week of the month and then the third week of the month. They come in more towards like the second and the fourth, because one of the jobs me and mother both have from one of the companies, they pay semi-monthly, and then the other company pays bi-weekly. So it can get out of sync and can make it hard to track like paycheck by paycheck and then make sure that we're within our month's goals, if that makes sense. So I actually have two like recaps. I have a whole month of October, and then I have like a combination of our paycheck to paycheck. More sense. But without further ado, let's get into the actual October month recap. So our net total goal was we're estimating to have about $3,924.80 collaboratively. We ended up getting $8,433.47. This came from us working our normal hours and then having overtime, so that ended up boosting a lot. And then for debt, we were planning on paying about $274. We ended up paying $421 because of the excess we had, so that helped out a lot. Then for rent, we paid what we were expecting to pay, which is $1,366. Next is utilities. In utilities, we pay our cell phone, our internet, and home line, and then heating and gas for our home. And for that, we were planning on paying $358.58, and we ended up paying $350.25. Our cell phone bill ended up being lower because of a tax deduct. Like it wasn't as much tax as we were expecting. And then our internet bill wasn't as high as we were estimating it to be. It was a couple dollars off, so that's where that difference comes from. But we are noting that for the month of November, we already know what we're going to be paying. It's going to be almost like $300 for heating and gas because of whatever incident happened in Iowa or wherever it is. where most people are getting their natural gas supply. Like there's like an explosion or something happened, and now everyone's heating and gas bills are like out the roof. I heard that some places it's even like increased by 21%.
No, thank you.
For us, fortunately and unfortunately, it went up almost $90. So for November, we are prepping ourselves. Next, we have food. In food, we were hoping to spend $400, and we ended up spending $365.11. Woot woot! We were under it. For household, we had a goal of $150, and we spent $41.84. So we were under in both categories, which is great. For transportation, this includes gas, insurance, and any maintenance fees. Whether that means we have to pick up like something extra, maybe like a light bulb or a wiper or an extra jack or something like that. So overall, our goal was to spend about $677. We spent $644.77. Within that, for gas specifically, our goal is $350 for each month. And for the month of October, we were at $348.04. Woot woot! We were under again. When are we ever under gas? I don't know. This time we were, which is great. Okay, next. For clothing, we had a goal about $220. We didn't spend anything on clothing. We will need to soon because it's gonna be winter very soon. I think it's snowing and like, oh, it might be snowing tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna need to go shopping for some winter clothes. Yeah, and then for other, this covers any subscription fees that we have, tithe and offering for church, any donations, gifts that we send back home, money we put into personal savings or investment apps that we have, or if you have anything for home care, like just extra stuff like miscellaneous. There you go, miscellaneous things. So our goal, it varies, but it's generally around $1,300. This month we ended up spending $2,407.41 because of the excess we had in net. There was an investment opportunity that came up, and my mother really wanted us to go all in for it. So primarily all the excess in net that we had after paying our bills and getting our daily cares met, we sent into that investment. So that's why that is so high. And then for house savings, I said we're trying to purchase our own home. Our goal was $900, but we ended up saving $600. We did save $900, but $300 of that $900 ended up not being transferred within the month of October, but the 1st of November, which is really annoying, which happens a lot. We will just need to be more proactive to not save money like the last few days of the month, especially if they fall closer to a weekend, because then the bank won't process it until the next like Monday, or if the next month is coming up, they'll put it in the next month, which messes it up for us because our monthly tracker is showing that we didn't save as much as we could have or should, but we did, but it just didn't show up in our bank like that. Overall, we ended up spending $5,590. We ended up spending $5,596.38. And after we deduct that from the net total we made, we had left over $2,837.09. Of that, we did spend some, but it wasn't posted in our transactions until November, so we can't count them for October. So compared to what we were estimating for the month, we were thinking of spending about $4,745.58. And then we would have been left over with $820.78, which isn't that bad, which is really great. So yeah, it was a pretty, I guess you could say, big month. But it can always be better, and the numbers, like the leftover, can be a little more smaller and cleaner, so that we actually have everything that we're earning going to something. But that's hard to capture in like month-to-month transactions, and that's why I prefer us tracking paycheck to paycheck. Okay, now to the paycheck to paycheck recap for October. So in the month of October, well, my mother gets paid twice and I get paid 3 times.
So you'll see me kind of be pausing and a little irritated, and it was because I realized I made a mistake, but you guys won't know what the mistake is. Yeah.
The first time we got paid was on the 7th and the 8th, and that covered the spending period of the 7th to the 20th. The second time we got paid was on the 21st, the 22nd, and the 25th, and that covered the spending period from the 21st of October until November 3rd. So overall, from the payments that we received in October, they covered the range, the dates of October 7th to November 3rd. Does that make sense? Here's the breakdown. And for this breakdown, I'm going to do it for my mother and then for myself instead of combined. So for my mother, we estimated she was going to get a net income of $3,843. She ended up getting $5,412.37. For bills, she was to pay $1,943.10. She ended up paying $1,903.35. And in bills, I included Thai just because it could go either in daily expenses, Thai, and it could go any of those places. I just put it there just for space. And then for daily expenses, this is what would equivocate to cash envelopes. Her goal was to spend like $700, and that includes gas, food, household clothing, yada yada yada. She ended up spending $670.11. And her sinking funds, and these count as savings accounts, she was to save $540. She saved $540. And then for extra, this is just like challenges primarily, or leftover that can go for cushion, or if something comes up. And in this month something did come up, so all the excess ended up going towards that investment, as I said before. For extra was supposed to be around like $659.90. It ended up being $2,298.91. There was a bill that we wanted to pay off a little early, so we ended up putting $42 of that excess towards that. Then there was the investment, as I said before, and that was about like $909 from her account. So she was actually left over with $1,347.41. There was an amount that came out from that, but it's not in this spending period. It came out in the next spending period. Let's go over what I did, or how I ended up spending in the 2 spending periods from payments in the month of October. That right? Cool. Okay. So I was estimating to get about $2,322. I got about I got $3,021.10. For bills, I was planning on paying $753.96. I ended up paying $594.96. For daily expenses, this is gas, food, household, clothing, etc. If we had those goals for those periods, the goal was to spend about $840, and I spent $525.16. And then for my sinking funds, my goal was to spend about $260 on them. I spent $712. And then for extra or excess, either for saving challenges or cushion, I estimating to have about $468.04. I ended up actually having $1,188.98, and from that I sent out a portion for the investment, and that portion was $999 for a leftover of $189.98. Now, some things to note: even though we ended up not spending everything for daily expenses, not everything for sinking, and that's how we ended up having so much excess in our extra, we did overspend in our paycheck to paycheck spending goals. Especially me, I overspent in gas and food, and then my mother overspent in gas, and gas isn't something that we can predict. It's kind of like, it is what it is, and if it's over, it's over. And that's why we try budgeting or make sure there's some type of excess and extra, because we can't say I'm not going to fill up my tank if I need a full tank for like the week. So for November, we're just going to have to be more mindful about that for next paychecks. And with the increased amount in our heat and electricity, heating and gas, we're just gonna have to be more mindful about our spending and things like that. So for the month of November, we're going to try to keep it pretty much the same with October. For me, I just want to be more proactive with putting money into accounts. So in my sinking funds, I was planning on putting money aside for paying off my student loan that I have, but then I decided to actually just put the money into the account. Since I'm still in school, I don't actually have to pay it. We're hoping to have it paid off by the time I graduate, and so it's like, well, if I have the excess now, I might as well just put it in there. So I'm going to try to either save money or put money into accounts that we need to pay off, even if it's a really small amount. I noticed, like, I don't want to put $5 or $10 away, and I need to be more okay with that, because that ends up adding up. You save that $5 every other paycheck. What's 5 times 26? Hold on. That's $130. But if that's in excess, like an extra to what you pay per month, you know, that helps with reducing interest and things like that. So I need to be more okay with doing things like that, and not being afraid to save small, even if it's not necessarily the amount I want to be saving. Like if I want to save $500, but I only have maybe $50, maybe $27. I need to be okay with being like, yep, I can save that 27 or that 50 or even that 5. And I hope that you guys can also feel okay with that. It can be kind of pressurizing to see a lot of people saving such big amounts or making a lot of big money and being able to pay off things really quickly, but it's because their situation allows them to do so. So be okay and be comfortable with what you're able to do in your situation, because it adds up. But yeah, so that was a little bit on our November goals. It's not really anything new. I'll probably talk more about what we're looking to do in my budget with me. And so I have like 2 new things I want to introduce into our budgeting style. As I said in my previous videos, we're doing digital stuffing, and I just found that it was too much alike to what we were already doing, which was kind of just saying, oh yeah, for the month we want to spend like $300 on food, let's not go over that. And so we'll spend, and then per paycheck I'll just track and see, oh okay, we're kind of close to that. I just felt like even though we're being more cautious per paycheck what we were spending, that which did help us, it still didn't feel like enough to feel like it was anything close to cash stuffing. So I decided to go ahead and make myself some play money that we're going to be using to hold ourselves accountable. I have $1 bills, $5 bills, $10, $20, $50, $100, $1,000. I'm not sure why I skipped 500, but I have 1,000. And then I have like some scraps that I'm going to use to be tracking our like saving accounts and things like that. But I'm hoping to use these. I still need to make envelopes to like stuff these into, so that like, let's say our goal was to spend like 150 for food. I'll take 150, or I'll take, let's see, 5 20s and a 50, or maybe 5 10s, things like that, just like track. And as we spend in each of these different categories, we will take the play money out of the envelopes and put them into a used container that we will just be recycling the bills because it's play money. But then I was also thinking like, oh, maybe we can use this to track how much we have in savings accounts, just so that it feels more real. So in my next budget with me, which will be tomorrow, I'm hoping I'll be able to actually like use the play money, and you guys can see me like put them aside. Maybe not stuff them because I don't know how to make the envelopes. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But I am planning on using them, and I'm really excited. I tried getting them to be as close to like the dimensions of a dollar bill as possible. I even googled like the dimensions of a bill to get them as accurate as possible. I didn't want to waste so much paper, so I made them I think a little thicker and a little shorter. I think something like that. And then another thing, when I do my budget with me videos, you will see I'm gonna put down like, let's say for a car loan is usually 200. You'll see me put like half car loan, and I'll put 100. So my mother and I found a method of saving on interest by paying on the 15th day away from the bill due date, and then the 3rd day away from the bill due date. And so we're gonna try to do that with as many bills as we have, debt as we have possible, to see if that actually reduces on the interest acquired on them. So we're gonna try it out and see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated if it ends up working or not. That's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, goal setting, and the new things I'm hoping to introduce, especially with play money. Please look forward to my next video, which will be a budget with me for the first pay that we're receiving in the month of October. I hope to see you guys next time. Please comment down below your thoughts, if you share in some of the same concerns I have, or maybe poor habits that we can all work on together. Send some encouraging words. Yeah, any questions and concerns, and I'll try my best to get back to them. And I may mention them in my next video as well. And let's see. Like, subscribe to this channel, see more content from me. Share with family, friends, people that you think would be interested in like tracking financial things with, or budgeting and things like that. Anyone that you think would be interested in this kind of thing, I'd love for more people to interact with me on here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Woo. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just realized this is for the entire. These are for the 2 payments we got in October, you guys. I am so sorry. I did that whole explanation for nothing. Oh man, I'm tired. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay. Okay, guys. Let's start this over again.